Okay, what did you bring us today?
Paul Reed Smith McCarty model.
Okay, that's a PRS.
Right.
Do you know what year?
No.
Okay, how did you get this guitar?
God gave it to me.
How long ago was that?
Well, it's been 20 years probably. It belonged to one of my students. And after a lesson one day, he just laid the guitar down at my feet and said, "I don't know how you feel about this kind of thing, but God told me to give you this guitar." And then he walked out. So I was a little skeptical. So I kept it in my studio for a week or so, and when he came back in for his next lesson, I gave him an opportunity to take it back by telling him the biblical story of Abraham and Isaac, where God told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac and then provided a ram so that he didn't have to kill his son. I said, "Now you gave me this guitar, but I'm giving you a chance to have your Isaac back." And for a split second, I thought he was considering it, but then he said, "But it's not my guitar." I said, "Okay, it's my guitar, and I'll do whatever I want with it." He goes, "That's right. You can sell it, you can give it away, you can keep it, whatever." So I was on the gig the next week and told the story to the band about how I got this new guitar, and the keyboard player introduced me as, "Ladies and gentlemen, EuDaly with his God-given guitar." And it kind of stuck, so it's my God-given guitar. I wound up keeping it. There were a lot of things about it that I didn't like, but the main thing that I did like was the weight of it, because it's extremely light. And I swapped out the pickups from an old Ibanez artist that I was using at the time. The other thing about it was originally it had one master volume and one master tone. Now I'm kind of a Gibson guy, and I'm used to having separate volume controls for each pickup. So I had a tech that I was working with at the time drill a hole and put another volume control in, so I have separate volume controls for each pickup. So I have two volumes and one master tone for it.
The toggle switch.
And the toggle switch. I use it all the time, at least a gig a week. It's become my go-to guitar for most things.
That is a great guitar story. Every guitar has a story. This guitar has a story. We're going to get an appraiser in here and see what this guitar is worth.
This is a 2003 Paul Reed Smith McCarty model. It has a sunburst finish and what they call bird inlays down the fretboard. It has had some modifications on it, as described by the owner, Jay. He's smiling.
Yeah, mod.
A lot of mods. It's been very well used. It has some chipping around the edge of the finish. You can turn this over. We do that. On the back side, this is a serial number, which is written in gold ink. And the 3 defines it as a 2003 model. And we have a black finish on the back, which is common on this particular model from that era. Original tuning gears that have Paul Reed Smith logo on them. I would put an appraisal value at approximately $2,500 to $3,000. What did you pay for this anyway, Jay?
Well, I got it for free. God gave it to me.